Welcome to the Rosie O'Donnell Power Hour. This week we fry an elephant. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast. Today in studio, as always, it's me and Jason. What's up, Jason?
How's it going, man?
And we also have Zachariah Simmons. Give it up, Zach.
Hello.
I don't know why I said
Yeah,
give it
give
up.
it up for myself.
Like you're the crowd, like you're clapping for the next comic
Crowd
coming on
and
stage.
guests. Yeah.
I
No.
felt like I had to get involved there for a second and be like, hey, hey, hey.
Everybody give it up. Your next comic coming to the stage. I'm just playing. So
You guys are
Zach,
so far removed. So far removed.
yeah, just desperate for stage time now. People watch me do stuff. Please,
So sad.
please tell me I suck.
Yes.
No, glad to have you, Zach. I'm glad you were able to make it today. Zach is a very funny friend of mine. He's a comedian also. How long have you been doing comedy?
Would have been a year right when all this stuff started, actually.
Right at a year. So basically, you jinxed us. This is your fault.
Yeah. They're like 1 year is enough. We need to end the world.
Your anniversary gift is basically the national pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally, Zach? I don't know that much about you as far as like personal stuff.
Fucking so much for being my stalker. But God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be
Dogtown,
funny.
baby.
Yeah,
Can't call it.
Dude, I lost my job. I don't have gas to follow you around, and you don't post enough.
Damn,
you
I'm
need
sorry.
to check in more so I know where you are.
Yes, I'm sorry. I will think about that again. I'll just send nudes directly here by mail.
No, I see. The thing is, I want your nudes, but I don't want you to give them to me. I want to catch fish. I don't want to eat fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It tastes
yeah.
sweeter when you work for
I
it.
would imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm from Houston, though.
From Houston.
From Houston.
Nice. How long have you been up this way?
Like 6 years since college started.
Oh, you went to college here? You went to
UNT.
UNT?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What was your major? What did you study?
Psychology, then criminal justice, then ended with like film and English, and then
So
I dropped out.
everything that leads to doing stand-up comedy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a question. Did you have a candy slab growing up?
A
And,
candy slab?
Yeah. From Houston.
From Houston?
Yeah.
I don't know what a candy slab is.
You don't
No
know what a
candy
candy slab is?
No.
Tell them what a candy slab
please.
is.
That's if you've got a big car with a fresh paint job.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
some
like-
big wheels, some little wheels. You never know. Yeah.
It's like those old school lowriders, like the candy slab is like a bright purple
Oh, okay, okay.
Buick Regal or Oldsmobile Cutlass, and it's got like the now 22s. Back, I used to have a Regal, and I had the little 13-inch roadsters on it.
Yeah.
I had the lowrider. I'd get pulled over twice a day.
Okay.
So you weren't part of the north and south side kind of thing that happened there. You're like suburbs.
Suburb,
or-
yeah.
okay.
Alvin is where I'm actually
Alvin.
from, yeah.
Okay, now we get the real story. You
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
liar.
You know,
Nobody knows, yeah.
That's like I'm from Chicago, and I'll come across tons of people. They're like, "Yeah, I'm from Chicago," and you're like, "Oh, where are you from?" They're like, "Oh, Schaumburg," and you're like, "Well, okay, that's not Chicago. It's just outside
It's
the
a
city."
suburb,
but
yeah.
I get you, But it's
Vicinity.
it's easier for you to say, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
from Houston."
Nobody knows where Alvin is.
It's more exciting. I'm from Waxahachie, and just instead of explaining what I just fucking said to you, I just say Dallas. And people are like, "Where are you from?" I'm like Dallas.
Dallas,
I
yeah.
don't even. I live in Denton now, but I don't even. I'm definitely not telling people. Oh, I'm from Denton, Texas. I'm from Dallas.
That's,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Well,
a lot
I
easier.
feel like maybe I was picking it apart all these years, and now it's just maybe they were the smarter ones for oversimplifying it for me. So
Yeah.
lesson learned.
Well, we're also embarrassed from where we come from. I'm embarrassed of that.
Yeah.
And my town is like they're still. I don't want to say racist, but very racist. Like they're
Oh, same.
their football team, baseball team. They're the Indians. Just straight up the Indians.
They're
Not
still
like
cool with it.
Cherokees. But and the whole town is like there's Cherokee Village, there's
Yeah.
Gingerbread Village, which I don't know where that comes from. It's nothing to do with Indians.
Just for
or
fun,
Native
yeah.
Americans, but
To entice children.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't go
Racist
there
and
anymore.
pedophiles, dude.
Yeah, no thanks. Waxahachie is full of pedophiles.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm
You
kidding.
heard it here first. Maybe not.
I'm kidding. They just surround the town on the outskirts.
Keep everybody in.
I lived on the outskirts.
Stay by the Walmart.
Which one? They got two.
There you go.
No, I'm
They
kidding.
got
They're not that damn successful.
That's it.
They
Like,
do
what do
have
you
one
do
of those Domino's pizzas with a drive-through. Have you guys seen those yet?
No.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to sit there for
Yeah, I was
30
gonna say, you
minutes.
sit in the drive-thru for a half hour?
Yeah.
I'd be really pissed at the people in front of me.
Yes.
Well, I
Yeah.
just, in my mind, I just picture that I'm at Whataburger, and it makes sense to me. Same thing.
Same thing.
Just put on your yellow sunglasses or your orange sunglasses, and it's like Whataburger feel. Here we go. Yeah.
You wear, what's that?
Well, I have a pair of purple sunglasses, blue, yellow, orange, tinted, clear.
Are those the Whataburger glasses?
Is that just
what they're
one
gonna
pair
I
do?
was
glasses?
just thinking if you put that on, it would just feel like, oh, okay, I see Whataburger. Because when you go to Whataburger, you see orange all
Oh,
along
the
the building
orange.
and everything.
Gotcha.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you have any questions for Zach, Jason?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I thought you guys were still talking. All right. So let's see here.
You can kind of tell that petered out.
Oh yeah, that was like this joke's done.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ruined this.
So you're about a year into comedy.
Yes.
And have you learned at this point, like maybe some mistakes that you might have made, like as a brand new comic, compared to what you might see yourself as earning stripes now, a little bit a year into it?
Oh, dude, for sure. That's a good question. But
That's a really good question.
yeah, right. That was good. Yeah, I'm surprised.
I am the question man,
You don't look that intelligent though. I was like, oh, dude.
Jason is questionable.
Yeah.
and I fool you every single time.
You really did, yeah. But no, man, the biggest thing is like earning, vulnerability on stage. Because I feel like if you just go up there and start talking about, bad relationships or anything you've had, you don't have like a reason for people to listen, then, it's not going to be funny. Nobody's going to believe it. You have to like give, I don't know.
Are you saying like putting more of your actual experiences and self out there rather than just writing a joke?
Yeah, definitely put more of your actual experiences and like just work on the idea more, like don't just think because like, oh, this idea I've had, it's so funny and precious, I can just give it to you in whatever form and it'll be perfect. But, you have to realize you have to respect your audience more than that and like prepare it better. And then you earn that respect.
And that came from, obviously, you knew nothing going on stage the first time to now you're like, oh, hey, now I get this.
Well, yeah, dude, the first time I went on stage, I was super hammered and like did 3 minutes just ranting about my ex-wife. And, that's not earned, just going up there and ranting. So you got to develop from there.
We've all been there. My first time up, I was drunk and did 3 minutes on your ex-wife.
She'll do it to you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, he's such a bitch.
That's why he was there.
Right. Were you the drug dealer she was fucking?
No.
No?
We were just eating each other out and stuff.
Eating each other out.
Yeah, I'm gross.
Do you have a vagina? Or
Dude, it's kind of one of life's mysteries. You
Yeah.
know, life's a buffet and you got to taste the flavors.
On this week's episode of Born Different with Mikey B.
Oh, dude, those are so funny.
I know.
Man. Those kill me. Oh, God.
I haven't seen it. What's Born Different?
It's
What
like
is
this little Snapchat thing. It'll be like, here's the quadriplegic who likes to break dance, born different.
Yeah, there's that, or the girl who was born with no vagina, and now at 18, now she's paying a doctor to give her a vagina, and how that is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make them, those mutations real, I think,
mutation?
It's like basically people that'll have like a wiggly leg or a wiggly arm or something. Or they just yeah,
There's no bones in it, dude.
a little piece of chicken skin flapping right there. It's just and what their life is like because of it.
Yeah.
So
I have to ask: are these real or are these like jokes people are
They
making
look
up?
real. They got backstories and parents and shit. Like
I believe them, yo.
it's like videos. It's like high production quality.
You said like paraplegic and likes to break dance.
There was a guy who had no arms or legs, and he's like sitting like a head on a body, and he had like a bandana on. He's like, and I love to break dance.
Did it show him breakdancing?
It did, dude. It was just kind of him like rolling around a little bit. But
Dude,
He's not limited.
he's not
limited.
He could move. He could like. He had like body control. It was weird, but
good for him.
Yeah.
Now back to the no vagina. How are you born? What's down there? Is it like a Barbie or Ken doll? Or
Well,
I don't know. I don't know about that
Did
one.
they show it?
Well, now supposedly, well, obviously not. No, they didn't actually show it.
You got
But this is actually a thing that supposedly 100 out of every, I think, 1 million or 100 million people born would have this as a defect.
So they have nothing down there? Just
There's
rounds?
there's nothing. They have the ability to use the bathroom, and that's it.
Oh, just like a hole, because the urethra is a separate hole from the vagina, so
That's right.
it would just be like the urethric hole. How would you say that?
That sounds like math.
I'll buy that one.
Yeah.
So you
urethra-
tell me there's another hole I didn't know about this whole time?
Oh, dude, come on.
Oh, come on. You know about the 3-hole movement, Mike. Come on.
The three hole.
I thought that was a bowling thing.
There's the B, the V, and the P. So, yeah.
I thought the P was part of the V.
Yeah.
It's an extension.
The vagina hole is right here, and like if you're looking at the labia open, right? The vagina hole is right here, and then the urethra hole is a very small one, like probably about a couple centimeters above it.
Nice. Pull your pants up. He showed us his urethra.
Oh.
Whenever I hear the word urethra, I think of that King of the Hill episode where Hank has a problem peeing, and then he's talking to Peggy, his wife, or
Yes.
is her name Peggy? I don't know.
Yeah, Peggy Hill.
Yeah, Peggy Hill, and he's like, I got a narrow urethra.
Narrow urethra. They're always talking about his narrow urethra and his like tiny ass, dude.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
like, no ass
I
cheeks.
say that I have HHA because I have no ass. I have Hank Hill ass because it's just like a surfboard with a crack in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the problem, man.
And it's an extra long crack too. My crack's always out. Like it's because I have no ass. I have no way to hold my pants up.
Okay.
So even with a belt, my crack is always out. And I'm like, I feel like my butt crack goes all the way to my shoulder blades. because it's no matter what I do. Like I lean forward just now, it's out. It's out again. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
So what if you got like butt cheek implants, possibly?
I've
Make
thought
your butt a
about
little
it,
bit
dude.
bigger.
I'd love to have a nice ass.
Like a Brazilian butt lift, maybe, or
Yeah.
something.
Dude, is that a thing? Like, can I get ass?
You could get ass, but I think the most natural way to develop ass is by like working out your butt muscles.
Yeah, this is America. I don't want to do that.
And eating a lot of processed chicken, probably.
Yeah,
I do
probably.
eat a lot of processed chicken.
Just start squatting while you do it.
Like one long continuous squat. And
Exactly.
the Chick-fil-A, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I want an ass.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think you should understand that.
Exactly.
Every time you eat chicken, you hit squats.
Yeah. And they're like,
Yeah.
your ass cracks out. I'm like, I know. That's what we're here to fix.
Exactly. Yeah. Damn.
Do you have some more questions for Zach?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. You seem pretty rounded. Like you look like you make like a lot of different genres of music.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, lots.
Definitely.
If you can only pick 2 genres for the rest of your life, forever.
Um.
And for example, hip hop,
Okay.
this, that, whatever. That's rap. That's one genre.
Okay. Cool.
Rock, if you're gonna go, like rock and roll and pop rock
Yeah,
and things like
yeah.
that's rock. But like if you have to pick a genre,
Yeah.
2 genres only to listen to,
Um,
eliminating others.
Fuck.
I'd be curious to hear your answer too, Mike.
Sure.
Afterwards,
Definitely.
That's tough. I'm trying to think of my answer.
I know
already.
hip hop would be one. Would soul be included in hip hop music?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say soul's its own category.
Then I would do hip hop and soul.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Hip hop and
A
soul.
lot of I like feeling when I listen to something.
Okay.
Soul,
Yeah.
as in like.
Just any Etta James, dude. Somebody who could like belt music.
Oh, okay, I got
And then I
Gotcha.
can even see like R&B, soul,
That kind
gospel,
of,
all
where
of that
they
could be-
fuse together.
Okay.
See, I like everything but country, but if I had to pick 2 genres, like I gotta have funk in there. I
you're right.
can't forget the funk. I love funk music.
You want the funk.
I want the
Gotta
funk,
have that
dude. I
funk.
gotta funk it up, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta have the funk. Which is crazy for you. I didn't think you'd say like I could see hip hop but soul. I wouldn't have guessed that because you have that like ambiguous modest Yahoo kind of look going on.
Modest Yahoo, dude, yeah.
Who I like, but I mean I gotta say funk, and man, it's hard. Because I like classic. I like older stuff like Frank Sinatra and shit like that.
yeah, yeah.
I've really gotten to that lately, but I mean, if I keep the funk, I think I got to go with something like. I'll probably have to go with hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to. There's so many classics I grew up
you
on.
could just
and
go through, There's
Yeah.
encyclopedias.
there's
and
so
stuff.
much. I mean, when you got that good hype rap beat, even the old stuff,
Yeah.
man, that shit it gets you going.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Same
saying. Like
with funk.
feeling, like if I only have 2 genres, like I know it's gonna push me through.
And that sucks. I'll miss the others. Like I love rock. I like metal.
Same.
I like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of experimental shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck
don't-
you for this question.
Yeah, right. Don't you think that with that being the case too, if you pick like a past genre, that's limiting your catalog because nothing's ever going to get added to that catalog. Like personally, I would be 80s and rap. That's me, 80s and rap.
Okay,
that would
okay.
be my 2
Well,
genres.
80s, they'll never add anything more.
They'll
to
never
that.
add anything, but 70s won't have anything else added.
That's true,
Or past
yeah.
the 70s.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hear newer
So
funk
yours-
stuff.
With soul, R&B, hip hop, like that, you're constantly allowing your catalog to grow with your choices.
Absolutely, definitely, and it's always evolving, that kind of music. New,
Totally.
like because that was like specifically done by one culture for a very long time, and now it's been disseminated, and so like we're hearing, white rappers and Asian rappers, and like it's gonna be awesome.
Jewish rappers.
Jewish rappers, Lil Dicky.
Yeah. Modest Yahoo. Have you seen Lil Dicky's new show, Dave?
Oh my god, every episode.
I
man.
love it, dude.
It's fantastic.
I
I
love
watched
it.
the new one yesterday.
I took a picture and sent it to Jason and his wife. Just it was one of the scenes with the captions on where he said, "I guess that means my dick is completely made of balls."
Balls, yeah. My dick is made of balls, dude.
The show's
Such
pretty
a
good.
fun- Oh, it really is, man.
I got a would you rather.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof.
It's getting sweaty in here.
Yeah, I know.
Getting hot.
Gotta take my clothes off again.
Would you rather smell piss forever or taste puke forever?
Smell piss.
Smell piss.
Smell piss, dude.
Absolutely.
Puke is like such a rancid, and I've never even tasted piss, by the way, or smelled piss, but
I don't trust you then.
I guess I've smelled it, but not.
I don't. It's sterile, dude.
I mean, I know, like an example, cat piss can really, really burn the nostrils
Cat
up into
piss
the
makes
brain.
me so angry. As long as it's not cat piss, then I have to reconsider.
I mean, when you get to the point like you walk into a room and you can smell somebody like a kid or something's pissed in the room and it smells like really soggy Cheerios. Like,
it smells
man,
like old Fritos.
That's rough.
I have acid reflux. I would almost take the flavor of puke then. Ultimately, I don't want to smell those nasty.
Damn.
I've puked
piss
so much in
sheets.
my life, though.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. I think I'd rather kill my fucking self than do either of those things forever.
Dude, I'm just thinking about it, man. Like, I don't know. There's sometimes I've been in the bathroom and somebody left pee before me, and I just like stand there for a second and take it in.
Yeah, like
I'm kinda down
the
with
ammonia or the copper.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I enjoy
To
just
each his own.
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but I like the smell of good weed. And sometimes you take that one dump that kind of smells like weed. And
Oh,
I'll
for
go back
sure.
in the bathroom and be like,
You've just been smoking that much lately.
I've been smoking in the bathroom while I'm pooping.
The edibles might contribute to that too.
I just realized I'm so stupid. I'm eating
It's
a lot
not
of
the smoking;
edibles.
it's the edibles.
Just actually weed in your shit.
It's because I'm shitting the weed.
It's funny because you said it because I don't eat edibles, and I've never thought my shit smelled like weed, like you guys just said. So
I definitely have.
So there you go. That's the answer.
I remember talking about the smell of weed. I drove my mom to Houston once, and she wanted to go like through the check stop and like kind of towards Austin. Then there's a back way to go to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped there at the check stop, and my mom's in the car. And usually on a ride like that, I'd be smoking it up. And so she gets out to go in the store. So I get out of the car and I hit the bowl a few times. And
Because you got to do that before getting some kolaches at
oh
the check
yeah,
stop.
hell, it makes them
Absolutely.
taste so much better, dude. If you're in Texas, headed between Austin and Dallas, stop on 35, exit 357, the check stop. I know
West
exactly where it is.
Texas.
Yeah, the town is called West Texas. It's not in West Texas, but
No.
it's called West Texas.
Why do they do that?
Just like I know a place called Eastland, and it's in West Texas. It's nonsense.
Strange enough.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
there like a Brownsville and a Whitesville or something like that? And like ironically, like Brownsville is like all white people and Whitesville is all black people.
no, Brownsville is like right by Mexico now. It's like it's pretty brown.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably.
There's brown wood that's full of white people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, I get out of the car and I hit the bowl a couple times, and I see her coming, so I put it down. I go in and grab some stuff. I come out, and we're driving, and I can hear her sniffing, and I'm like paranoid because I'm kind of high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. She can smell it, and then I realized,
How old were you?
I was gonna say. Then I realized, oh, I'm 35. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And she asked me. She goes, I smell a skunk. Did you hit a skunk? And I was just so high. I just turned to her. I was like, Mom, I've hit a lot of skunks today. I felt so cool. And she goes, well, be careful. And I was like, all right.
All right. Lost on your mom, dude. Cool line. Lost on your mom.
I felt so cool, but I was like, no one will ever enjoy this
Right,
as much
yeah.
as I am right now. Yeah. Do you have any more questions for Zach?
Yeah, we're looking good on time. I got another question.
Yeah.
Traditionally, I'm always looking. Let me ask you this: are you a gamer?
Somewhat. I used to game. That's like one of the reasons I dropped out of college, but it was only League of
Okay.
Legends.
You
So-
dropped out of college for video games?
For League of Legends and Skyrim, bro.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, then if you're not as avid of a gamer, this can go with streaming. So I'm always
Okay.
looking for wanting to watch a good show.
Yeah.
What are you watching? What's something you're watching right now that's hot?
Dave is great. I think. Oh God, there's so many good things. The last season of BoJack Horseman was really fantastic.
Still haven't finished it, but it's been
Oh,
pretty good.
it's good. Yeah, I haven't. I need to watch the final episode. I've like put it off. Blue balling myself.
It's called edging.
Yeah, edging. That's it. Yeah. You get there. Shit. That if you didn't watch Barry, Bill Hader's show, that's good.
I didn't finish it, but
Oh,
yeah.
2 seasons of that are great. High Maintenance is fantastic. Also another.
I haven't
HBO.
started. Is that good?
Oh, dude, it's
It
so
looks good, but-
it's like it's an anthology show because it's based on this one guy who's like the weed dealer, and it's just like he is like the vehicle for like he'll just take weed to somebody and then it'll leave the story with those people and it will just like show somebody's life based around like whatever moment and then come back to him.
We talked about that with a lighter being the idea of
Yeah,
the story.
we
Remember
tried
that?
to write a show about that. We thought about doing a show where it follows a lighter. You know,
Yeah.
like someone takes your lighter. Now
Dude.
it's their story. And we can still do that.
You totally still could, yeah.
Copyright. It's
Yeah.
timestamped. You'll steal it from us bitches.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
But no, you should check out High Maintenance though. That's a similar idea.
Okay, good
Yeah,
call.
we can
It's
pretty
awesome.
much just steal their ideas and just write our own characters.
You should do exactly that. Nobody
That's-
would notice at
Yeah,
all.
that's
They're not
what TV is.
listening,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. All 3 of our listeners aren't going to listen to this for a few months. We'll be famous by then from the show.
Statistically, they've stopped listening already.
Yeah.
Already, dude. Yeah.
Statistically, all our graphs and bars are at 0. There's just one line, and it's just like it says a caption under it, "You're not good."
This is more for my own entertainment later
Yeah.
on.
Oh, totally.
so,
Yeah. Just to talk to somebody.
No, I masturbate to it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice.
I'm,
You do too.
Yeah, I do, but I let you do it. That ruins it for me. So the show's canceled. We're done. I'm serious. We're done. Get out.
Okay. Thank you, and
Yeah.
go
Later.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
All right. You have any more questions for Zach?
I can do another question.
Yeah,
or
we got plenty of time
All
here.
right, sounds good.
I got
So
nothing
I mean,
going
I've got a couple of creative things I came up with.
Okay,
today.
okay.
So
Don't worry, I'll interrupt both of you, so it's fine.
That's cool.
We'll have
Yeah, I
some.
like
all
that.
right,
Interrupted.
so let's do this one. So if you could live in anyone's head for 15 minutes, like John Malkovich style,
Okay.
who would you choose?
Anybody's head for 15 minutes. Shit. I think Eric Andre.
Eric Andre.
Yeah, just to see like what the fuck, like if he's actually like that, if he's like repressing some like actual craziness, or if he's just genuinely that funny, and like figure out like how you can like develop that sort of spontaneity. Yeah.
What if you get in there and it's just the ranch character, the extreme ranch character the whole time? Ranch it up, bro.
Fuck. You know, honestly, I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah.
Dude, on acid or mushrooms, I love his show, but I've tried to watch it without, and I'm
Yeah.
like, after 2 episodes, I'm like, I'm good.
Dude, I love it in any state.
I like his show a lot. I like seeing him just wreck everything. And
I've just
fuck
spent
whatever
hours
he does.
watching it where I'm to the point where I'm like, it reminds me of doing psychedelics now, and I'm like, I gotta stop or I'm gonna go
Get
buy
you
some
to a weird
acid.
headspace, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get into an argument with my wife over watching the show because I'll have it on and she's like, "Not this shit again." I'm like, just let me finish it. They're literally like 10-minute episodes.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, ranch it up, bro.
Right, dude. He's just all over the place, man. Like, what is it? I love people who interact with actual people. Shows like that, like Billy on the Street. You guys would watch that?
I
Yeah,
love Billy on the
absolutely.
Street,
I
dude,
fucking love that show, man.
and it's on Netflix now
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and I binge it all the time.
They don't pay us. Scratch that. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the
Streamflix.
internet.
Streamflix.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's good.
Net
That's fine.
streams.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the one with Will Ferrell where they have the screaming competition?
Yeah,
with
the little
child?
girls.
Dude,
Dude, I love that one.
That's so good. Sorry.
That's great. Who would you pick? Do you have anyone in
Yeah,
mind?
do you have somebody?
Well, you know, I mean, yeah, I think that I would want to. Now, this will be anyone fictional or real, of
Okay.
course. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would Ron Swanson.
Oh, nice.
I would like to see everything from Ron Swanson's perspective for about 15 minutes.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Because he answers to nobody. He doesn't care what you think. He holds power.
He does.
He knows what he's talking about.
For sure.
He drinks a good solid whiskey. He knows how to kill a pig.
Dude, and he can drink as much as he wants to. Like, that's awesome.
I like when they have that company picnic and the park ranger comes up to him. He's like, "You got to have a permit," and he goes, "Oh, it's fine." And he gives him the paper and he says, "I can do whatever I want."
Yeah.
I thought that was great. It
Ron
was
just
a
says
can.
you can do whatever you want.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would pick Gary Busey. Yeah, we talked about him on the last episode.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah, I'm intrigued with Gary Busey. Maybe even Nick Nolte.
Dude, yeah, just to see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. I just want to get in there. I just want to see. I mean, of course, I'd love to say so like Dave Chappelle or something like that. Who
I almost said Dave
idolize,
Chappelle,
but
honestly, yeah.
I think Gary Busey would be even more fun.
Yeah.
I bet Dave Chappelle would be fun too.
Oh, dude,
but-
just to see what kind of like that unbridled confidence is like.
Yeah.
You know? Just like going up and like no matter what he doesn't analyze anything he says. He just like lets it flow because he like knows it to be true in his mind already.
that's great.
Or
I
he
love
like
that.
doesn't care if he knows it's true. He just like I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and like if there's laughter, I'll deal with it. You know,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And watch the thing you learn is that maybe he doesn't see it that way.
Exactly. That's the thing is like getting in there.
maybe
you'll
he's
see what-
I can't even talk. Maybe he's purposely doing it. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like he's mostly raw. I feel like he's just
Oh,
like
for
fuck
sure.
it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's
I think
exactly
so,
how I
too.
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's great.
You want to move on to the open mic? You got any more questions? If you got any other of these creative questions, I kind of like that. Let's do
Yeah, I
another
like
one.
him. Me too.
Okay. Well, how about this one here then? If you were a transformer, what would you turn into?
Shit. So like, is this just auto? Like is this just vehicles? Like,
Well, Megatron turned into a gun originally.
okay.
Another one turned into a cassette. Another one turned into something else. I mean,
And does this
no,
include,
why not?
Yeah.
Does
Turn
this
into whatever
include
you want.
Decepticons?
Anything. If
Okay.
you're transforming, what would be your thing to transform into?
I think I would be the fighter pilot, the fighter plane.
Starscream?
Yeah, Starscream.
The fighter jet?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's awesome.
If you wanted to turn into anything.
Like anything at all.
I'd be a crane.
I mean, it could be, and I'm not trying to plant a seed, but a Lamborghini, a semi truck, something else, a limo, a wrecker, a caterpillar, a bobcat, a plane, a jumbo jet. I mean, a ship.
Ooh, of one of those jet bikes.
Yeah.
What would you turn into?
I'm trying to think smaller. You know, maybe like a cell phone, like a superpowered cell phone.
Okay. Okay.
He's just out there data mining for
Dude,
nudes.
oh yeah, all the time, man. Yeah.
Well, maybe people will find you and take some selfies.
Or I can be just like a data bank of information that has like I'm like the best one, you know, and you find me and you like unlock pure knowledge.
I like the sound of that.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like the backstory for a supervillain.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna be a
always
cell
the
phone.
villain. I'm always the villain, dude.
No, Samsung, stop.
Samsung's a cool name.
I would personally be one of those like a lifted 650, F650, one of
An
those big,
F650.
massive
Oh,
trucks.
yeah.
You know, what
The
I'm saying?
small
Like,
penis guy
it's still-
trucks.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
hey, listen. That when it comes down to the apocalypse or something like that, you're gonna be happy that you have one of those big ass trucks.
Until you run out of gas in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is
Also
perfect
true.
for running over zombies and corona victims.
It is. Ugh, God.
Yeah. But then you got to wipe yourself off with bleach.
Yeah, true. But yeah, you see those videos of like people like spraying their kids down with Lysol. Shit was killing me, dude.
You're
Just like
killing
coming home
the
from
kid.
school, they're just like spraying him with Lysol. Dude.
You know what's funny is they might even be using the Lysol that actually doesn't actively kill.
exactly, no bacteria. Or
Yeah,
anything.
it's like
just
the
fresh
fragrant
scent. Yeah.
lavender. Here,
It doesn't kill bacteria; it just kills Brandon's.
Exactly. Yeah.
it kills like E. coli and salmonella, but it doesn't kill.
Are those black kid names?
There were actually black kids in those videos too. It's funny you said that.
Cancel this, man. I'm done.
We're done.
That's all right. Nobody's listening. I can literally say the N-word.
Please
Nobody's going
don't
to do
Please.
anything.
I'm in this episode. I don't want to like show people this episode. And drop the N-word in it.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're just trying to trick other people into saying it. No one's done it yet, but maybe you will.
I won't.
You don't know.
We still have
It
time
might
left.
happen.
No.
There's like 40 minutes
I
left.
think that's why black people tell me that I look black is because they were trying to catch me saying the N-word.
You think they're baiting you in?
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
get comfortable. You know, like.
So, like, and I don't want to get too personal, make you uncomfortable, but, like, what are you?
Oh no, it's not. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I am half Hispanic, half white.
I don't look like that, and that's exactly what I am.
Yeah, you guys are the same mix, and you look very different.
Yeah, I look like a fat Italian.
Well, what kind of Hispanic are you? Like, where are your ancestors from?
Well, like my grandpa and grandma were from, or mi abuelo and abuelita.
Okay.
They are from Mexico, but my last name, like when you trace it, like if you look it up online, and I didn't do the pay, like I didn't pay to do it, but I've traced it back to Spain. I hail from Spain.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So,
Spaniard.
Spanish,
Yeah,
dude,
and that, and then my mom's like Kentucky white. Like she's from Kentucky.
Oh,
like
God,
she uses
that
a
kind of
wash
white.
rag, and she
Yeah.
shops at Walmart with a K.
God, that could be why you look the way you do.
Why I look
It's,
so.
it's the Kentucky genes.
Yeah.
That's a little Down syndrome-y.
You know, here's a funny story about
Yeah.
Mike. If his mom didn't marry his dad, Mike's name would be Mike Jackson.
Yeah, her maiden name is Jackson. When her and my dad got divorced, and I'm not Michael, I'm just Mike.
Oh,
But when they got divorced, she tried to talk me into taking her last name. And I was like, I'm not. I already get made fun of for so many things. But I'm not going to be Mike Jackson. I'm not going to give people the gun to shoot me with.
It's not going to happen, Mom.
You should have like taken that as something and made it your personality. Like get really into dancing. Like, yeah.
And then get really into staring at kids' buttholes.
Sure, yeah, cut
Yeah.
your balls off. You know.
I need those.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
not
that's
really.
what kept his voice so high. You know, there's like theories that his dad cut his balls off. That's what kept his, or that's my theory, not the theories out there. It's my theory.
Well, it's out there now.
yeah.
So where can I find
People
this
believe
footage
it,
of them talking about this?
I feel like it'd be easier just to put a nice tight rubber band around his balls when he's a kid, and
Yeah.
eventually they'll just go away.
That way, yeah, that something like that happened. You know, I think
Yeah.
that's
I can tell you're from a farm. Definitely.
yeah. You know how to do it.
I've killed animals and ate them before.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck with
Yeah.
Mikey B. He knows how to remove balls the farmer way.
Well, I mean, I've seen enough Guy Ritchie movies. I just you take someone to a pig farm. they'll
Oh,
do
dude,
everything.
that's you talking about Snatch, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that movie.
Bricktop.
Bricktop,
Nemesis
dude.
Mange.
Oh, that guy is the best.
He was a great. I idolize villains in movies because I want to be a villain in
Same,
movies
yeah.
and shows. And like he was definitely one of the cool ones.
Dude,
He was a
I've heard
great
people
bad.
sample his stuff out. He was really cool.
he really is.
I like him. I like Paul. I think Paul Giamatti is a great bad guy. Shoot him up.
Absolutely.
He is great.
Yes.
I'd love to see him in like a Marvel or DC, like an actual bad guy like that.
I think really versatile Gary Oldman.
Garrett, oh,
You never
totally.
know who he is. He
could
looks
be,
different.
He could be Drexel on True Romance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rasta, white guy Rasta.
Or he could be the bad guy on the Professional, where
Yes.
he's the cop.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone!
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always talk about that scene. Jinx, you owe me some coke.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good.
I love Gary Oldman. Me and you always talk about Gary Oldman. We both
Gary
love him.
Oldman's
He's-
great, dude.
You never recognize him.
No, never.
Yeah, he always looks even as what's his name from Batman? He was
Oh, dude, Gordon.
Gordon.
Inspector
Yeah.
Gordon, dude. Yeah.
I think Robin Williams was on a really good track with possibly maybe leading into some really dark roles.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Did you
his-
see like World's Greatest Dad and stuff?
What was
Yeah.
that 1 hour photo?
1
That
Hour
was a good
Photo.
one.
I never saw. I wanted to.
Dude,
I
you
liked
should
it.
watch that.
Yeah.
He's a great villain.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a really good villain.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. I like him just like as a sad guy. Like you could tell that was like real Robin Williams.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. R.I.P.
yeah. Thanks. Now we're all sad.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Sadcast podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Got to bring it there, you know.
I think it's time to move. You guys want to do the open mic?
Let's do it.
I think it's
Sounds
time to
good.
move on. So we're gonna do the open mic. Just to explain how it works. Just like an open mic, I have a topic for you. Just don't use any of your material you've used before on stage, and you have a topic for me.
I do.
After this, we're gonna add a new part to this. So if you have any other jokes you've written that you haven't done on stage yet, which I mean, it's been a while since we've all been on stage.
It is.
We'll do one joke.
Okay.
I have one. If you have one, you can do
I've
it.
got
You don't
one I
have to.
think I
You
could
do?
do.
Okay. And yeah, and if you want to rant, and it
And,
doesn't
and
have.
if it's funny, I'll laugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and he's a dick. He's not gonna.
Just
He
stare
might-
me in the eyes.
Yeah, that's what he does to me. I pitched a joke to him. I'm going to tell you today, and he
Yeah.
just kind of stared at me. I was like, "You don't know, shut up."
I'm the comedian.
But I might just be hard headed and wrong, like always.
You just got to try it out. You got no audience to bounce shit off of.
Yeah, I know.
it's
I was
weird.
telling it to my roommates. They're like, "Yeah, it's good." And then they scurry back to the room. And go, "Leave the fuck alone. Fuck off."
Cockroaches.
I could really imagine them just skittering away.
So, but you are the guest. It's up to you. Do you want your topic first, or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
All right, let's do it. I like that because most people want to get it over with.
No, yeah, I don't care. I'm down. My topic for you is doing drugs with children or family members. Your thoughts on that, or experiences with
Doing with or
doing drugs around or with your family or children.
I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
I've been sneaky since I was like 13 of like smoking weed and coming around people. And it's always weird when you're younger and do it. And like the first time you come in and everything's weird and your aunt now looks like a monster.
Yeah.
I remember one time me and my cousin went over to my aunt's house. It was a Sunday. My uncles are there and a few of my aunts, they were all eating. And my aunt, who I love, she's a sweet lady, my Aunt Virginia, she has one of those real raspy voices, but she doesn't smoke or anything. It's like there's more voice there than what I can do. It's like a weird thing, almost sounds like a machine or something.
Yeah.
She lives by power lines, probably, right?
Yeah, she does directly under one. But no, she
What does that
but
do?
she has a unique voice, and she talks like I have like she's on the Mexican side of my family.
Okay.
And a lot of the Mexican side of my family, they can't say ch. It's like it's sh for them.
Oh,
like
yeah,
my dad
like-
does that. He mixes them up. Like he'll be like chata frish. I'm like you're doing the wrong. It's anyways whatever.
Yeah.
But we go over, me and my cousin, and we're so baked out of our minds. And we're all sitting around the table, we're eating, and there's pies out. And my other aunt, she asked her, she goes, "Oh, this pie's good. Did you make it?" And she goes, "No, I cheated." Me and my cousin, and even my uncle, who's not high but might be, we all look at each other. And we're like, "What?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Yeah, I didn't make it. I just cheated it. I just cheated the pie." And we laughed so hard, and me and my cousin had to leave. Like people started looking at us. We were laughing so long.
You're just out of control. What
Yeah.
did she mean?
No, she was trying to say she cheated. She bought the pie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys eat that shit pie inside, man? It
That's
was
what-
good. I made
I
it
just thought
good.
that she was saying that she shit the pie, dude, like
Yeah.
that.
No, I mean, if she did shit pecan pie, dude, I'd eat her shit because this pie was pretty
Damn
good.
straight, dude. Don't judge.
Yeah. Another time, what was the other one? I had another one.
Have you ever
for
done
guys.
drugs like with like an older, like an uncle or like your mom or your grandpa or your dad? You know, anything?
No, I tricked my dad into getting high. My dad's old school.
Okay.
When my parents were divorced and like my dad moved out, me and my mom were living together. I guess my uncle had heard that I was like selling weed or buying weed or something. He told my dad. My dad like came over and like forced his way into the house. And we had this, like, my mom didn't want to keep the master bedroom when he moved out because memories or whatever.
God.
So she gave it to me, and like, I was like 16, I had my own bathroom, had like the big garden tub. I'd sit in there and smoke a blunt, and I pretend I'm Scarface
That's
and shit
incredible.
with my 2 little ounces of fucking shitty Mexican weed, the dirt weed, and Advon shower. But in that bathroom, the cabinet that the towels we keep them in, it was pretty tall, but there was a space on top. So I had like a quarter pound of just this shit weed. It's probably maybe worth $30. But
God.
back then it was like $150. But I just put the whole thing up there, and my dad comes in. He's screaming at me. He's like, "Oh, I know you got dope in here." I'm like, "I don't do heroin, Dad. I just smoke weed." And he like smacks me, and he's looking for it. He's like opening the cabinet. He's screaming at me. He's like, "I'll fucking find it and beat your ass." He didn't find it ever. But yeah, that's it's funny. He's like old school like that. But my sister, when she was rest in peace. She passed from cancer, but when she
sorry to hear
was
that.
fighting that, she couldn't eat, you know. So I would bring, like, my mom would call me, and I took her down. That's why I took my mom down to Houston for.
Oh, okay.
And she would stay with her for a few months at a time, and I'd come visit every couple weeks when I could. And my mom called me. She's like, "Bring some stuff." I was like, "What? My toothbrush? What are you?" I knew what she meant, but I wanted her to say it
Yeah.
because my mom's like Southern Baptist and used to yell at me for weed. But she was like, "No, you know what I mean." She's like, "Bring some dope." I'm like, "Dude," she can't do cocaine or heroin, Mom. She's got
Some
cancer.
dope, like
They always call it dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not. It's dope, but it's not dope. You know, it's gonna be dope. Trust me,
He
Mom.
did a hand motion, guys.
yeah. I gave a peace sign. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but so she tells me to bring some weed. I'm like, all right. So I bring it, and like the whole family's there. My dad and my sister didn't want to really smoke weed, but it did help her. I would make her edibles, and this time I made some weed tea. It takes like 45 minutes. You got to like, I was using actual flour, like weed. So you have to like simmer it in butter for like 45 minutes to like activate it so that you can actually ingest it. Like it'll actually process as
Be
weed.
received,
Yeah, that way you can actually get high from it, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm in the kitchen for like 45 minutes and I'm simmering this. And my dad keeps coming in. And it smells like weed in the house now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've got the rest of it hidden. I'd like put it in the pan while he's outside. And I'm just trying to make this weed tea. And he keeps asking, like, what is that? What is that? I'm like, it's for Jennifer. Just don't worry about it. And he kept on like, it's herbal tea. I mean, it is.
Yeah, it is.
And my dad's like 74 now, and he's starting to have glaucoma in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's got like pain.
Yeah.
And so I made the herbal tea, and I gave my mom some, and she's never smoked weed before. She hardly drinks.
Yeah.
What, did you have something?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah. My mom drinks some, and she gets super high, and she's like laughing. Everybody's watching Finding Nemo, and I gave my dad some. Because my sister, she was like, she wouldn't be able to eat. She would throw up everything she would eat, and I gave her some of this sweet tea, and I put like chamomile and honey in it to like soothe her stomach. It was really good.
Yeah.
And she was able, like, it was Thanksgiving. She ate a whole Thanksgiving meal and leftovers, and she was able to keep it down.
Dude, fuck yeah.
But I gave some to my dad, and we were like, "How do your eyes feel?" And he's like, "Oh, I feel fucking great." And he was like never been that loose before, and he passed out. Just
Like, I need to get the recipe for that tea, Mike.
Right? Shit.
I've told him a few times. I'm like, "Let me make you some." I told him later it was weed, and he got mad and hung up on me. You know, I was
Damn.
like, we like to fuck. Me and my mom like to fuck with them if
Of
we're
course.
all, because they're divorced. If we're all around.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like totally against it. But yeah, I was like, before I told him it was weed, I was like, "How did you feel? Pretty good. The herbal tea help?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, it felt great. I haven't felt this good in years."
Of course.
And I was like, "Yeah, 'cause you never got high before.
Yeah.
You fucking prude. Smoke some weed."
That's kind of the thing that I remember when you actually told me that story when it happened was the fact that you were sitting there on the other side looking at all the people who I remember from knowing you from years prior
Yeah.
that have always looked down on us and you for smoking weed.
Yeah.
And they were the ones still partaking and all at this point and all being like, "This is great, Mike. Thanks. Like, thank you, Mike, for really doing this." Like, out of all the time, this is the first time you
Been
thanked me.
chastised for years. I've been in trouble,
Yeah.
grounded. But the thing was, my parents were so old. When they would ground me, they would forget. And like, they'd ground me for a month, and a week later, they'd be like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "I'm going to a friend's house. What's the problem?" They're like, "You're grounded." I'm like, "That was like 3 months ago. What's wrong with you?" And then they would always say, they'd be like, "If we find out that you're lying, you're in trouble." And in my mind, I'm like, "Fuck, you're gonna find out. You just forgot."
Right.
Idiot."
Exactly. No, there's nothing to discover. You know?
Phones and day planners and all that didn't exist.
Yeah,
you know?
no, they didn't do. There was no reminders. They didn't write shit down. I was the last kid out of a bunch. They were
Oh yeah,
done.
they barely gave a fuck.
Yeah, they were like, just as long as he doesn't end up in jail or get us in jail, whatever.
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
TV raised me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Same, dude. TV is the best.
Absolutely.
Best father I ever had.
Well, we'll give it to you. Your story had some nucks and yucks.
Yeah, I
All
liked
right.
it.
Some I don't
Some
no, I don't
nucks
want that. I don't want
and
nucks or yucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Never
that
heard
is.
of either of those.
So, but yeah, I've got lots of those stories. I mean, I can tell you another one that would waste 10 minutes and make everybody mad that I'm still talking. But I have a topic for you. You want your topic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My topic for you is awkward breakups. Has anybody ever given you awkward breakups? And like, has anybody ever broken up with you, or have you ever had to break up with somebody?
Bro, I have been broken up so many fucking times. Like every relationship I've ever been in, I've been broken up with. There was
Yes.
this one time I was dating this girl. I'll say her name. No, I won't. But just because, like,
Tell me after this if you don't want to
Yes,
say
I will.
it.
Yeah,
And
she
then I'll
just
say it
follows
on the
me on
next episode.
Instagram, and like it was like a really tiny thing. And like you'll say it on the next episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck you, dude. But no, man. So it was just this girl that I really liked. She was a year older than me in band, and super cute, like beautiful, whatever. And we went on this trip to Chicago. Right, it was super cool. I'd never been out of the state of Texas in my life. I was stoked about it. We were there. We're on a boat. It's fucking cold as shit. Me and her go upstairs, and we're like on this like overwatching, like deck or whatever, looking at the city. It looks beautiful, I say some corny shit like, the view is beautiful, but not as beautiful as you, some shit like that, bro. No, straight up said that, and then I asked her if she'd be my girlfriend, and she said, "Sure." Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Score.
Not a no.
Not a no, dude.
Sure is a yes.
It was. So,
It's consent.
God, it was awesome. She didn't know how to hold hands ever, or I think she intentionally just like didn't want to hold hands, so she'd be weird. But then when she decided to break up with me, though, dude, we're like walking around the band hall one day, and she's just like, "Zach, I get bored easily," and then she just walked away.
Damn, she sounds so fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
She just fucking got
She
me,
sounds
dude.
so cool.
Yeah.
And you guys are still friends on Instagram.
Oh yeah, but she's like dating a dude, and like we don't talk.
Well,
about
no.
it.
Besides that, so I mean, she's obviously like a rock and roll type of chick. If you're like, hey,
Oh,
let
dude,
me,
I
let me
was-
stick with knowing her.
I was like, oh, dude, I would, when I'm,
Do you think that maybe she's just said sure because she was scared of how the rest of the trip might go?
For sure, it was
Was
the
it
first
just you and
night,
her?
dude, yeah. It was just us, and then her friend and my best friend Travis. They also started a relationship that day as well. So I think it was something that was like because that relationship lasted like 2 years. So maybe she like just accepted out of like solidarity with her friend.
Oh, that's 4 deep dish hearts right in the city. That's funny,
That was
dude.
rough,
That's,
dude.
Yeah, that. She sounds cool though, right? That's
Yeah.
I get bored easily, and she smokes a cigarette. She flicks it and
She
walks
did.
away.
She just walked away. Into
Just
the fucking
dissipates
nightlife,
into
dude.
black.
That was stone cold. Was there people around when she said it?
No, thankfully. But
Luckily.
she walked around the corner, and then she went one way, and I went the other, and I just like sat down next to my friend. And he was like, "Did she just break up with you?" Like, yeah.
Do you imagine she went into the arms of another young man
Oh, for sure.
immediately?
No, I think that's the thing is like she's the kind of girl who like never really needed a guy, which is like the most badass thing.
Even better.
Yeah, even better.
You thought about that now that you're posting this, probably.
For sure.
She might be listening. Okay.
Like if she listens, like I think you're awesome. If that guy leaves you.
Well, I think you made a mistake, you bitch.
No.
They're listening
Zach's a
together
good
now.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy. He's a sweetheart. I say stuff sometimes to girls, and I've had them tell me that I'm too slick and they don't trust me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm making all this up. I don't
Yeah.
have like stock lines or anything like that.
No.
But I've been known to say some slick shit, I guess. But I'll also, in the same moment, and you've seen me say something slick and then trip and pour a beer up my nose as I fall to the ground, and then throw up like.
Can confirm.
And then I cough the beer out onto my chest
Of course.
as I'm laying on the ground and can't get up.
As you're still continuing the conversation or attempting to.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
reminder of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to accept the fact that I'm falling down and now I'm hitting the floor and now the shit is on my face. No, it's not happening.
Still cool. Still cool.
It was a house party we had, and I was walking backwards. His ex told me, and this was her friend, that her friend had a sex dream about me, and I was like, I gotta explore that option, right? So I'm like, she's going to the bathroom, and I'm walking backwards in front of her, like throwing slick shit at her, I guess, or
Okay.
trying to. And I like the back of my foot hit like the corner of the chair or couch, and as I fall, I'm trying to take a drink of the beer when I trip, and it's still the bottle's up,
Yeah.
and then as I fall, I hit my tooth on the beer. And it is a Bud Light bottle, and it
Okay.
shot up my nose, and then I like gargled, choked on the beer, and then I coughed it out all over me, and she's just standing over me like, what the fuck?
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was actually standing right there by the doorway when this happened,
Of course.
and I saw the whole thing unfold in slow motion. What's funny is I remember exactly what you had said too. As you're falling, he starts to fall, and then his eye looks at me, and he's like, yeah, I know I'm falling, and then he's like, but he goes, but look, I'm still drinking my beer.
I didn't remember that.
And then thud, you know, it's like,
I'm still
are
drinking
you
my
okay?
beer.
No, I'm good, still drinking. Are you okay?
And I'm like, I'm like choking on it. Oh,
He's
fuck.
fine.
God.
He's fine.
That's too fucking good.
Oh man! All right, so do you have a joke you want to do? How do you want to do this? Same. You're the guest. You still get the option. You want me to go first, or you want to do your joke?
I'll do my joke because it kind of like goes into this. You were saying that like girls tell you that you're slick and stuff. I have been told,
And not all. There's like one or two. I don't want to put that out there like I'm slick.
You're a
baby.
slick guy. You seem
Yeah.
pretty slick. You got a backwards hat, you know.
You're like really slick by the seat of your pants there, Jack.
I don't. You sound like an '80s cop.
For sure. Yeah.
Don't call me Shirley.
That was an airplane reference.
He got it. Look at that.
Yeah.
How old are you?
24.
You're 24 and you got it. Good for you, man.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all right. No, yeah, so like girls have said that about you. A thing that women say a lot about me is that I am emotionally unavailable. And like I don't agree with that, because like I cry a lot still, and like I laugh, I get horny, I'm not emotionally unavailable. I still experience a lot of emotions. I'm just like romantically unavailable, like that's about it on the joke, It's an idea I'm working with. I thought about it the other day, It's funny that girls just like put an overarching, idea on that. Like, oh, you just are unable to feel emotions because you won't give me this one thing that I'm looking for. But
You should, and this is just a thought. I mean, I
Please.
make all this up, and it's an open mic. So, I
Yeah.
mean, if you have thoughts for mine, if I have thoughts for them, I'll give you yours.
They're probably
But
terrible.
This is his way of asking for help.
Yeah.
Help, please.
maybe if you went about like, I'm not emotionally unavailable, just these services aren't available right now.
Oh yes. Okay.
Dial
yeah, yeah.
7 for a call back, or
Dude, I
don't know,
like
maybe
something like that where I'm just
that.
like a robot who like doesn't have that or anything like that. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't imagine you as emotionally unavailable. To me, you seem like a very like sensual kind of fella. Like,
I'm pretty sensual.
like you said, hold hands. That lets me know that you like that spiritual connection with somebody.
Sometimes,
or,
yeah.
or just that intimacy that you get from hold. I love a good handhold sesh.
Definitely.
Not always. Like sometimes I walk at a different pace, and I want to go
Yeah.
look at the puppies in the window, and you're trying to go this way.
Are you palm to palm, or are you crossing fingers?
Depends. Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually cross fingers. If
Cross
I ever
fingers.
hold
Cross
hands,
fingers.
Yeah,
Cross fingers if it matters. I feel like palm to palm if it's just casual.
Like walking
or
with your
just-
See, I feel
you know.
palm to palm is more intimate. I think it starts out palm to palm, and as you grow sick of each other, it goes to more cross fingers in a
Really?
relationship.
So it's palm to palm at first. Let me get this right.
Like this, right?
So
Yeah, yeah.
it's palm to palm.
We're holding hands.
And
right now,
then
all of us.
after you guys are either, it's like the walk is going well or the talk is going well, you might feel the fingers rotate over and want to do the lock.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that's how you know that you're doing a good walk.
I can see that now. Now that you explain it like that.
There you go.
And also
Okay.
too, I think as you build too, I think it's a lot of like your palms get sweaty, gets humid in there.
Sure.
But I don't want to stop holding hands with
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
So let's cross our fingers here.
It's almost like the equivalent of where palm to palm is a regular kiss. Crossing fingers is like a tongue kiss, like a French kiss.
yeah.
Okay. It's a little
Come
more
here, baby.
sensual.
Dude.
Yeah.
Has
I
more
was
meaning.
I definitely wanted both of those things really bad as a kid. you
Well,
know?
yeah.
Like to hold hands like crosswise, like this. I thought
I want
was
that
lame.
stuff
like,
now.
this
No,
is-
I wanted that and a French
I
kiss.
guess you're
then.
right.
I'm
Definitely.
alone.
Yeah. True.
I like a good hand. I just made me think of something. I dated one girl who wouldn't kiss with tongue. She didn't like kissing with tongue. And it
Okay.
just kind of just went south from there. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah, because where do you go?
Yeah, there's not a lot of
Yeah.
variety.
Where
just,
do you
like,
go from
just
there?
smooching each other.
yeah, we're just in here. That's a smooch.
You're like, oh, thanks for the Amazon card, Aunt Sally.
Oh, God, that's so gross.
Happy birthday, Mom. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna bake me spaghetti and tell me to clean my room now? What the fuck's wrong with
You
you?
have really sweet like role play though. You know.
Yeah.
Like really kind, like nice, like oh, it's wholesome role play.
Have you ever done role play,
No, not really anything
never have?
specific. Yeah,
dude?
no.
It's fun.
Dude, no, I got a lesbian to act like she was straight for 3 years, if that counts.
That's pulling the wool over somebody.
yeah.
I convinced many girls that they were lesbians for 3 years.
Oh, for sure. That's more what happened, you know, afterwards. And now she's married to a girl. So,
I slept with a lesbian once.
oh, dude,
Yeah,
lucky.
she was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to like finish she was so tight I had to finish myself off.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
damn.
Like I got most of the way there, but at the end, like she was like, it hurts. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's small.
Yeah.
Like I know who I am.
I was about to say, I was
I
like,
know
God,
exactly
yeah.
who the fuck I am. Okay, don't fucking lie. She's like, no, seriously. And she's like, I haven't had sex with a man in years. And
The
I was
entirety
like,
of my life.
I felt bad. I was like, you waited years, and this is what you
yeah, I'm
chose.
so sorry. Like,
That's like you get out of prison and you just go have White Castle.
Why?
Yeah. What do you hear? You have leftover pizza when you get out of prison.
she chooses people who intentionally like will disappoint her, you know, so she knows she doesn't want to have sex
You just
with
described all of my ex-girlfriends.
them. Same that.
And everybody who's come to my shows and listens to this podcast.
Okay.
That kind of goes with my joke.
Yes.
I'm actually not that confident. Like I know I can like get on stage. Like when I do this, I'm gonna say, I can get up here and tell you guys like secrets and stuff like that. But that's because I practiced for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I get really high before I come to these things. I can do that. But like a one-on-one and like just in regular life, I'm not that confident. And I think what I'm lacking to be confident is just a few inches. You know, and like I'm not gonna come up here and do the whole old trope of I have a small dick. I don't have a small dick. Mine's average.
Yeah.
You know, or at least if we're all lying about the same size, we're all average then,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not that I have a small dick. I'm definitely a grower, not a shower. You know, I don't have one of those dongs that hangs out all day like a brunch dick. That's
No,
what I call
me
it.
neither. Yeah.
Yeah, and I call it a brunch dick because it's kind of like brunch. It raises some of the same questions like, is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is that all going to fit in here? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the only one who gets too stuffed at brunch,
No.
right?
No, I definitely do.
Yeah, that's the new one I thought of.
I
That's
like
all-
that, dude. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jason hated it.
Yeah.
He's still looking at me like this
That's all
joke
right. You know,
sucks.
you can work with it. You know, it's a good
You know,
idea.
The context that you just told it in right now sounded a little bit funnier. I
Yeah.
think maybe the setting and the setup before.
Yeah. Well, we made more eye contact when I said it yesterday, and there was a lot of dick talk, so that kind of ruins it.
Well,
probably.
also, I noticed another thing too is that when you're usually, testing out material with me for the first time, you work it into like our just regular conversation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
I trick you.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna get like my answer,
Yeah.
as if we were having a conversation together, where I didn't realize I'm playing the role of an audience member listening to a joke.
Yeah.
So
He's hijacking the conversation.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
you're basically forcing your shtick on me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically the whole basis of this podcast.
Yeah, that's what we all
That's
do.
what I've been
I do
doing
that all
this
the
whole time.
Yeah.
Did it work? Do you guys like me yet?
Well, I didn't want to
No.
hear about it anymore from you. I just wanted to I'm here now and I saw it, so we don't have to ever talk about this again.
This is why I asked Jason to be the co-host, so I can force more jokes on him.
Oh, good.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Other jokes. Me, more unprepared comedians.
So far, I've liked all the other comedians on the show better than Mike on each episode.
Oh,
So.
nice.
Yeah, and also next week you're going to be the co-host, and Jason's fucking fired. Get out.
Yes. Can we get you to still do all of that stuff? All the computer work, though?
Well, my services come with a price. Then I mean,
That's
I was
fine.
participating was the payout.
I figured out how to do his stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to take my computer home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got a Mac.
Well, maybe just come hang
And
out.
my microphone.
He owns this bitch, dude. Shit.
All right.
I mean, Mike and I have been on again, off again for years. So,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I think I can see that in you guys, yeah.
We've
Old
been
married couple
friends
style.
for 20 years, and
He said that earlier.
yeah, for a long ass time. Yeah, I'm pretty old. I'm 37.
I know. I forget. You always tell me that, but
Yeah.
you're such a young spirit.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Or immature.
I think it's because you dress like a
Irresponsible.
12-year-old skater, for sure. You know?
He picked these clothes. Yeah.
Did you really pick those clothes?
No.
These pants, you told me to start wearing these kind of pants.
Oh,
These
I
joggers.
told you.
Joggers are cool.
Are you wearing the
joggers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
The
the-
joggers are cool.
Where it, like the style is where it's like more straight leg that's bottom now.
Yeah,
instead of like baggy,
Yeah.
hanging over or a
Cinched.
cuff.
Yeah, I'm
or
over the
like-
baggy pants.
Me too. Yeah.
Regular Levi's. I'm getting into some of these like stretch skinny jeans.
Stretch jeans are comfortable as shit.
They're
man.
way more comfortable than I thought they would
For
be.
sure, for
I just
sure.
feel like I'm trying to look way younger. Like I'm one of those guys with the shirt with the rhinestones and cross on it.
Oh, that's
rock
not
and
that
roll
bad, dude.
forever, baby. Yeah.
No, see, and you know what? At first, I thought it was going to look like that too. And when I go to places where people are like not dressed like that, I feel like I do stick out a little bit like that. But for the most part, the comfort level that I get from like stretch jeans and dry fit shirts and shit like that, and hoodies and stuff, like I love it.
Definitely.
So
Yeah,
it's my life.
for sure.
It's what I want to do.
It's partially one of the reasons why I need more ass too. Because
Yeah.
with these skinny jeans, it's really gone. It's really flat back there.
Dude, I'm sure, man, just fucking holding it down.
Looks like fucking that drive to Amarillo, just flat and nothing.
Well, especially if you're going with a new look right now, you want to make sure like it's working
Yeah,
out there. Like
yeah. I got to be
Tag
hot in the
some-
streets.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
let me get some tag on. Yeah,
What's that? What's tag?
just tag some pussy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tag some pussy.
Tag
I like
some
tagging
pussy.
pussies.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
they just
know.
don't like me.
I don't know what that means. Tagging pussy.
Tag, you're it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just like slang for having sex?
Yeah,
Tag, you have
you
it.
poke it. You poke it. You tag it. You touch it.
Tap an
Tap
ass,
it.
bust
Yeah.
a
Hit it.
grape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit
Tag.
it. Tag. There's so many violent like ways to
Yeah,
say have
hit
sex.
it.
Smash.
Smash, bury, kill,
God.
destroy.
No.
Why can't I just lift
Beg
up?
for.
Yeah, why can't I just lift up and fulfill?
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Why can't I just be enough?
Jesus, now I'm
Well, what'd you
sad.
guys,
right?
yeah, so what'd you guys do last night? No, just enough.
Just enough. Yeah.
Just enough.
It's as much as
Just
I could
enough to not break up this morning.
do. All I could muster. Dude, yeah.
It was a nice evening.
Right.
It's just enough.
Do you know the day after like I've had sex with somebody, like I'm always like, did I ruin it? Like, is it okay?
Oh,
Like,
I'm an emotional wreck, dude.
yeah.
Like I just fucked this up. I should have waited. I should have done this.
Or like,
everything
was
was
it good
wrong.
enough? Was it like,
Yeah.
is what do I expect?
Yeah, why did she only have 6 orgasms?
Exactly.
I thought she would have
know.
12.
12. Come on.
I'm such a piece of
I only
shit.
had 10 minutes. What did you expect?
I'm so sorry that I got done so quickly in 28 minutes.
God.
I'm sorry.
28's a solid number though. 28's okay.
28's pretty
28's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd shoot for like that.
Yeah. None of that stuff's true. I'm terrible. Everything.
I cannot see you having the cardio for fucking even 8 minutes, to be honest
Well,
with
you
you.
can take
Yeah.
a break. Like maybe you can talk her into blowing
take
you
a
for a
break.
minute.
Yeah, or like
drink
you
some
go
water.
down on her for a little bit. Yeah.
While she's blowing me, I hit the inhaler a few times. A couple bites of a sandwich.
Right, yeah.
I'm re-energized. I'm ready to
A
go.
little bit. Yeah. You do
Okay.
you do coke while you have sex? You ever do that?
Do it.
Have
Coke and sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get coke dick.
For sure.
And
I've never been able to do it. I was just curious.
I have, but like after a while, it's just like a job. It feels like a chore. Nothing's actually happening.
Yeah, you can't feel anything,
Yeah, I'm putting coal in the fire, but we're not going any faster.
No.
I feel like you've watched Netflix while you've possibly had sex before.
Yeah.
Did you watch it while you're taking a shit, while you're in the shower? Driving, walking.
Well, no, I've never like actually just actively watched a show and followed the plot points, but I'll put it on to have sound so my roommates don't hear me.
Oh, that's fair.
But I like to go to.
But you were paying attention.
Yeah,
paying a little bit of
music
attention,
for sure,
right?
Yeah.
A little bit. I did see that Donnie didn't remember to bring over the glasses. But I don't know.
I was like trying to figure out what show is that.
I was just gonna make a. It was Poppycock Foggy Leghorns.
God, that sounds like an awful British show.
It was Poppy Doodle Chicken Hands.
I am not adding that to the list at all.
Chicken hands. The fuck is that?
I just make up show names.
I know.
I'm bored.
Yeah, it's a horrifying sound.
I'm just making up my own characters.
Sounds like one of those creepy like online shows that are like puppets and like violence and shit. Like,
Hello, it's Poppy Doodle Chicken Hands.
Oh,
How are
dude.
you?
you should do that.
And then he eats your nose.
God, yeah. God, that's so gross. It's just like sock puppets, but they're just like gross rubber.
It's sock puppets, but they become real people, and they drag me around because I'm still attached.
Yeah, something horrifying like that. That's exactly what would happen. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Clown? Remember Clown? Was it called? What was the name of it?
Was it Clown?
I think it's called
Whatever. It's the
Clown.
one where he put on a clown's outfit and it got adhered to him, and he couldn't take the clown mask or makeup or anything off.
Yeah,
That sounds horrifying.
Like he had the rainbow wig,
Yeah.
and it just attached to him and like grew into him, and he became.
He
It,
couldn't
it was
take
like
the nose off.
haunted.
When he removed the nose, it like peeled a piece of his nose, his actual nose.
Like ripped his skin off, like you could see his bone. It's crazy. The movie's it's a horror movie,
Okay.
but it's kind of fucking hilarious
Yeah.
because at one point, I will go to Netflix just to watch this one scene in the movie. There's a bunch of nobodies in it, but he rented this costume for his son, right? He wanted it to be the clown at his son's birthday because the clown canceled on him, and so he goes to stay at a hotel room and he finds out he's like turning into a demon, and he wants to end it. So he gets a gun. He gets in the bathtub. He puts a gun in his mouth, pulls a trigger, and it just sprays this rainbow paint. But it's like dull rainbow, so it's like a 70s green, like shag carpet.
Yeah.
And then he's like dead, and then a few seconds later he wakes up like, oh no, like he can't kill himself. Like there's nothing he can do. It's sheer
That's kind of
torture.
cool. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That one scene though, it makes me laugh.
That's
every
great. Dude,
time.
just like blows out.
Yeah. How much time do we got? What are we at on
How long
time?
is it?
We're looking about 5 minutes away from an hour.
All right, let's do a crime story.
Okay, we're gonna do a short one, long one.
You pick.
Start with a short one.
Crime
see where we
roulette.
go. Yeah. So, an Iowa man's flatulence may have led to a domestic dispute, and then later his arrest. Christopher Ragsdale allegedly choked and headbutted his girlfriend for protesting that his horrible fart was as bad as it was. This happened in real life. This is a real story.
So he beat her up because he farted on her, and she's like, it
And
smells.
she said
or-
it smelled, dude. Oh.
Well, with you guys being from Texas, I'll say that this happened in Wichita Falls, if
Yep.
that tells you anything.
Totally believable.
Okay.
This is true crime at its finest.
So, shortly after 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That's some meth farts you get.
Police were dispatched. The woman victim, who wasn't first identified by authorities, had said that they were relaxing in the living room at her friend's house, and Ragsdale farted a nasty-ass fart. And it smelled so bad they had to cover their noses, and they just all complained. And it pissed this guy off, and he began attacking the one lady that lived there. Apparently, obviously, his girlfriend. He ended up pulling her hair. He held her down to the ground. He ended up choking her. I mean, he got pissed off that she said
Fart
his
on her some
fart
more?
stunk.
Jesus
Why didn't
Christ.
he? You might as well at that point.
Yeah, dude, just like bench warmers, beef stew.
Yeah.
I got mad at Jason the other day because he farted in my bedroom, and I made him leave my bedroom. I was like, "But you couldn't do that out in the living room? Like, I live in this room. Now I live in your fart."
And since I do the keto diet, my farts don't stink.
Yeah, it smells.
I was about to say, like, I'm sure it smells even worse.
So that's what happened. So he was arrested, charged with domestic assault.
He really shit the bed with that one.
Ah.
That's what we're here for. No, of course it's a fart. It's an air to shit. Of course it's gonna smell, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I've and Jason can attest to hundreds of farts I've laid out that nobody ever knew because I'm a ninja. When it comes to, I'm a fart ninja.
Okay.
But I mean, if a fart stinks, it stinks. There's no reason to beat your girlfriend. This can't be the first time you hit that lady.
I have a funny feeling that I know what happened in this story. I feel like what happened was she had her friend over, and I feel like that he was trying to flex in front of the friend because maybe he like kind of had a little side thing for the friend, and he didn't want his girl there to just like rag on him about the farts or some shit, and that made him pissed off enough because domestic violence is already present to attack her. Because I was going to say, ultimately, like, I wouldn't get in a fight with somebody else for saying my fart stunk. Like, if somebody came in my house and farted, like another dude or something like that, like...
Which I've done.
Which, you know, okay, let's just say it's just somebody that's, you know, not as comfortable as you in my house. And they come in and fart. You know, you may get a pass one time and be like, hey, man, that's not cool. You can't do that. Like, don't do that here. Go outside. You know, you do it again, that might be a reason to fight. I'm not going to fight my wife for saying my farts stink because I know my farts stink. I live in it too.
Yeah, but you guys, it's funny watching you fart on your wife and then y'all both laugh about it.
We do. Well, listen, we laugh when you're there. When it's just us, no. I mean, it's like we almost get in a fight. Yeah.
We're just putting on airs for the company.
Right?
I'm raising my kid to be a pretty good farter too. I'm teaching him the method, the leg lift, and everything.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Release. Don't clench.
Well, that's how you change the tone of the fart. You can go like,
you make music with it.
Like that.
Have you guys? Can you guys do the underarm farts?
Oh, for
like
sure.
You put your hand on your arm? I've never been able to do it. I've practiced for years.
It's like a skinny guy thing. When you get fat, it's hard because you got
even
like,
when I lost all that
armpit
weight,
fat.
I couldn't do it. I was like, I wanted to lose weight so I could do the fart thing.
Just for the arm fart?
That's your motivation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've never been able to do it. Even like there's that scene in Grandma's Boy where Nick Swartzen, he's teaching someone else. He's like, "I'll just practice on the weekends. You'll get it."
Yeah.
And I was like, I should practice that more.
Dude.
But I can't.
You got to practice what you want to know, man. You know, practice makes perfect.
You got another story you want to do real quick? We'll do one more.
Well, it's not really a real quick one. So let's see. I mean, we can always save that for next time. That's going to be like, you know, that'll be our Easter segment with the lady and the porn eggs. Yeah, we'll go from there.
Porn eggs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to the show.
Damn it.
Yeah, see, guaranteed another follower and listener. There we go.
I forgot what he's talking about. I'm intrigued too.
He said porn eggs, dude. I don't care.
All right.
Porn eggs.
All right. So here's the thing. So cops allegedly confiscate this guy his pot. Okay, they end up. You may have heard us talking about this actually a little bit earlier. A guy had called the police.
Yeah.
And said that his pot was taken, and you know, so we actually have some recording on this. And
You have a recording of this guy calling the cops?
Yeah, I actually do. Here,
Nice.
Hang on a second. Let's find it.
His pot or his weed? I'm just trying to decide if this was in the 70s or recent.
Well, this happened just recently, so I mean, weed. Obviously.
Marijuana.
His marijuana is going to
dank,
ultimately
dude.
be
His
what it was.
kush.
Yeah.
His fire, dude.
Sorry,
I'm trying
give
to
me a
That
second.
stank,
Fire
that
up.
stank and dank.
Dope.
What
Mr.
else can you
Holland's
tell me?
Opus.
Other names.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Yeah, dude.
What's other names?
God, dude.
Other names for weed?
Yeah, Stinky, Tweed, Tweety,
Jazzgrass?
Sweetie,
I've heard jazzgrass.
Jazzgrass,
Yeah.
Devil's lettuce.
Devil's
electric
lettuce.
lettuce.
I've heard
I've
electric. That's the one it was in my head I was trying to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally call it anything.
Anything, dude.
Smokage.
Right.
A little bit of porridge for this bear.
All right, so here's a little bit of the audio
That's good, man.
on this gentleman who called the police to report his crime.
Sharonville Police, this is Cindy.
Hi, I need to do a complaint about two Sharonville cops. They stole my fucking weed last night.
Okay, let me have you talk to a supervisor.
All right.
Hold on just a moment.
He thought she was going to be like, you.
Yeah, right.
Hello? Hi, is this a sheriff?
This is Sergeant Mark Duddleson with the Sharonville Police. How can I help you?
All right, my name's Bill. I had two cops come here last night and steal my fucking weed, and I want it back.
What's your first name?
Yeah.
What's your last name? Spell it for me.
Yeah, all the incidentals they need
Yeah.
to find him.
Yeah.
What address are you talking about?
Yeah, I was staying at a hotel last night at the night.
Of course he was.
My wife had some problem. They had to call him, and my wife had my weed in her purse, and the cops took it. It was only like 4 grams, but it was really good weed.
Of course, why you wouldn't call the cops and be like, "Hey, you took my fucking swag.
Yeah.
You took my dirt
I need
weed.
my
You want
seeds and stems back.
No.
Hey, let me get that popcorn." Yeah, here's my address. The Motel 6. Which one? The shitty one.
The shitty one. Just
I mean,
bring my good weed back.
Do you think it turned out that he got his weed back?
It turns out that he was reunited in the same building with it. He got arrested for beating his wife. Why do you think think they called the cops in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to circle back to. My wife had to have the cops come for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were beating her.
Yeah.
Why is it so prevalent?
Down at the stolen bud at the Budget Suites.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't give them your address or name and all that. You can call. It's 4 grams, dude.
Dude,
Just
right?
go get
Like,
4 more grams.
Maybe it was like all the money he had. He's just like really
That
sad. It's like a
last
last
weed.
ditch effort.
He just got out of jail from beating her the last time. He
Yeah.
just want to get high and try to not beat her again.
Like he was talking shit the whole time. He's like, shit, I got some weed at fucking home, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my fucking weed back. You know,
Yeah.
and like, he's like, oh, shit. Now I got no weed. Call the cops.
Idiot. That was fun, man. I'm glad you came on the show.
Me
I guess
too,
we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Sweet.
Tell us where we can find you on social media.
Zachariah Sherlock is my
I wondered
Instagram
about
name.
that. Why Sherlock? Because I
My
follow you
middle
on
name.
Instagram. Huh?
It's my middle name.
That's your middle name?
Yeah, Zachariah Sherlock. Hakeem Simmons.
You're so fucking cool. You're like every
That's
culture.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a Mexican named Hakeem.
Yeah, my dad just liked reading, so.
What is
And
that?
well, Hakeem. Me and my brother and sister. Our second middle name is a basketball player's name. So mine is Hakeem. My brother's is Larry, and my sister's is Cheryl for Cheryl Swoops.
Nice.
About that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
You're so fucking cool, Zach. I
Dude.
wish I was you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Your
just wanna
family
be you,
loves
dude.
basketball.
Oh, my dad did. Yeah, for sure. My mom, she could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
sure.
She just did what she was told.
It occupied him.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Zachariah. So it's Zachariah.
Sherlock H.
Hakeem.
It's on my birth certificate. Zachariah Sherlock H. Simmons, but the H stands for Hakeem.
Okay. And your social security number is?
I almost said it. I almost just like didn't care so much. Just like you can fucking have it. What are you gonna do with
Help
it?
me out, please.
Yeah, please fix it.
So that's your Instagram handle. Do you have anything else you want to plug? Any other
Um,
social media, anything?
Yeah, what do you got going on soon?
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Where can we find you?
Dude, at home, hitting my bong, hanging with my cat.
Wiping it with bleach.
Yeah, wiping it with bleach.
Yeah, the cat, not the bong.
Yes.
She's
yeah.
a carrier for diseases.
Exactly.
What's your cat's name?
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
All right.
It's from a book and a movie called Call Me By Your Name.
See, I thought you just made that up and it sounded cool.
No, it's an Italian name from a book and movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Great
right.
movie. You should check it out. It's about gay love in the 80s in Italy. It's
Yeah, I'll be
beautiful.
sure to watch that.
Truly beautiful. Yeah.
That sounds beautiful.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very well made.
I feel like if I watch that movie, I'll be gay.
You won't be gay, but you really realize there's nothing wrong with it.
You might
No,
grow
I
up-
know.
Yeah,
you say it
I'm
like
fucking with you,
I'm
bro.
a homophobe. I realize there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's just you're going to hell. That's all.
It sounds like
I'm
there's a
just
chance of watching it. You might grow a vagina. if
No.
anything.
Oh,
Dude, I already
no.
have one.
Your dick gets bigger if you watch this movie, dude.
Dude, I'm gonna watch this movie, get that confidence.
You should. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with being gay. I
No,
think it's
guy
gross.
fucks a peach in it, dude.
Do what?
He fucks a peach.
Well, I mean, I could eat a peach for hours.
Yeah, but no, he likes straight. He fucks it.
Really?
He comes in it.
He comes in a peach.
Comes in the peach and then he sets it on the counter next to
Is
him.
he just wiping on the head? Peaches aren't that big.
Oh,
It's-
dude.
He's just like squibbing.
They don't show that. They just show him. He's
Like
like
he's
he's
juicing an
experiencing it. You know? Yeah. Exactly. Just grinding it on.
Yeah,
his
he's
dick.
just juicing an orange, juicing a peach on the.
I just imagine when you get to the pit, what that would do to your dick, dude.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it'd be so erotic.
No, it would just grind up the hole, dude.
Dude, it'll like scrape up your urethra. I know that word
Oh,
now.
pulling it
and
back
just so
around.
many feelings will erupt at
Yeah.
once. Like pain, and shame, and orgasms.
Maybe orgasms. That's what.
Yeah, dude.
Milk the prostate at the same time, you'll get there.
Dude, how do you milk the? Have you ever milked your prostate?
I've tried. I've got a couple fingers up. Well, just one, but like I never like come that way. I don't know what it would feel like. So
Yeah, how long? I wonder how long you have to like flick that bean
I don't know.
to
I don't
get
even.
coffee from it.
I don't even know how to do it.
Just practice on the weekends, man. You'll get it.
I do.
We could check in with you on the next episode, see how that worked out with you, Mike.
Yeah, please.
Maybe we can have you phone in.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
We can talk
Yeah.
about our experiences.
Yeah, put your phone in your ass and call us.
Yes.
No, but thank you for coming on the show, man. It was great. Had a lot of fun. You guys can find us Spotify, YouTube. You can find us pretty much anywhere there's podcasts. If we're not there yet, it's just we're waiting to be approved. And if there's somewhere that you do listen to podcasts and you're not finding us, send us a message. Let us know. We'll try to get out there for you. Also, if you guys have any projects or anything that you're doing that's keeping you busy during this pandemic time and we're all stuck at home, feel free, post it to our Facebook. That's The Open Mic Podcast. Mike spelled like M-I-K-E on Facebook, or at The Open Mic Podcast on Instagram. Jason, what's the Twitter?
It's going to be Open Mic 5000.
That's at Open Mic 5000. All those mics are spelled just like my name because I'm a narcissist. It's M-I-K-E. But yeah, find us on there. Follow, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. And thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Boom.